Asian Americans, 745. White Americans, 734. Hispanic Americans, 701. Black Americans, 677. And then there's me. My name is Tristan, I'm a millennial, and my credit score was 486, or at least it was 8 months ago. That's when my credit score was at its absolute worst. Since then, I've made some improvements, but the way I improved my credit score wasn't by focusing on my credit score, it was actually by ignoring it. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I mean right after you smash the like button, because if you don't smash the like button, then people who need to see this video won't be able to see this video. So go ahead, take your time, I'll wait. And now that you've done that, we can get started. Now I know that my thoughts on finances won't be the only thoughts on finances out there, but there's going to be a population out there that's going to agree with what I'm about to say. So at a very young age, probably at an age that I think is too early, usually around 18 in America, we're taught that we need to get a better credit score in order to make us a better ideal potential borrower. But in order to build credit so that we can borrow money, we first have to borrow money so that we can build credit. And one solution for someone who doesn't have credit established already is to do a credit builder loan. Essentially, what a credit builder loan is, you put money into a savings account that you don't have access to, and that money is used as collateral. So then they give you a loan using the amount of money that you put in, and you pay that off every month, and it does have interest for them to make their money. And then at the end, you'll have some credit score as they report to the credit bureaus every month with your payments if you're on time. So essentially, it's just you borrowing from yourself and paying someone to do that transaction for you so that they can report to the credit bureau on your behalf. And to me, that's just a little insane. It's a little backwards in my opinion. That's when I remember the conversation I had with my uncle a couple months ago at Thanksgiving. Well, I guess about a year ago. Anyways, he shared with me his opinions on credit score. In fact, I'm gonna give him a call right now just so that he can talk to you guys directly. Hey, Uncle Dave Ramsey. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I've got some viewers with me and they wanted to know your take on how you feel about the credit score and the whole FICO system. What are your thoughts?
So mathematically speaking, a FICO score is an I love debt score.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love debt a lot and you like paying it on time a lot and often, you'll have a very high I love debt score.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that other people that want to loan you money will love you because you love debt, and they want you to get into debt. And so they love you. So your I love debt score is a wonderful thing to have if you love debt.
Okay, but what about those of us who don't love debt? If we're not supposed to love debt, what exactly are we supposed to be focusing on instead?
Your goal is to change your family tree and become very wealthy and outrageously generous.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is to have tens of millions of dollars in order to make sure that your family generationally is shifted and that you have the ability to be unbelievably outrageously generous, if that's your goal, then screw FICO.
Uncle Dave! I'm joking. Dave isn't my uncle. And if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, I got a link below and you need to check out his stuff. He's the one that really set me on this path, but we're not here to really talk about that. But Dave Ramsey's take on the whole credit score system aligns with how I feel too. Your credit score is a number that represents how much you love debt and how much people who are willing to put you in debt love you too. And for me, that's just a relationship I'm not interested in getting into anymore. In fact, I'm trying to figure out how to get out. For a while, before I was able to think this way, I was always scheming on how to, properly do this in order to get my number to look like that, making sure I'm spending a certain amount of my credit card just to make sure that I'm reporting to the agencies rather than just paying off my debt and canceling the credit card, not worrying about my history. And it's because I was so consumed with building a history that I royally effed it up. I didn't take care of it the way it should have been taken care of. So rather than try to game the system, I just said, you know what? I'm going to have to shove my credit score to the side, not worry about it, and fix the actual problem. Essentially, what I was really doing was I was trying to drink tea in order to fix a broken arm. I was addressing the symptom, which is the credit score number, rather than addressing the actual disease, which is how fixated I was over being in debt and handling that debt. Here's the thing, you can have an amazing credit score, the highest credit score ever in the world, but you can also have a lot of debt attached to it as well. Your credit score is just a measure of how you handle that debt. But if there's no debt to handle, then you don't really have a credit score. And so right out the gate, we're taught that we need this thing called a credit score because our society pushes us to be in debt. They make money off of us consuming and being in debt. So it's in their financial benefit for us to be in debt. And I know some of you are thinking that, well, having that credit score allows us to buy things we wouldn't have been otherwise able to afford. And that's the problem. You're trying to buy something that you can't afford, and you can't afford it because you can't buy it, so you're taking out a loan to pay more for it. And I want you to think that it's not something that you can't afford, it's something you can't afford right now. So you wait, go get the cash, and that's when you actually can afford it. At one point, I was even paying $130 to some firm to try and remove things off of my credit score report in order to increase my credit, rather than just taking care of my debt, rather than just settling down and just paying it off, closing my credit cards, and just lowering my ability to be in debt to someone else. So I was able to increase my credit score from 486 to 590 in 8 months. And I know that's not a big increase, and I know I'm still below average when it comes to all of America, but this is the most my credit score has moved since I effed it up. And by changing how I thought about it, by not caring about the credit score, I'm only sharing my credit score with you guys because it's something I know you care about. It's something I know that will draw you into me. It's something that we can relate to because there was a point in time where I did. And I want to get you to where I am, to where you no longer have to. And I'm not saying credit is a bad thing. There's some people who have been successful with credit, and my history has shown that I have not. And there are lots of people out there who have very low scores, who have a hard time handling their debt, who are just now having a hard time handling their debt just because of what's going on due to job loss and the stuff that I can't say on YouTube, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I want to get you to a place where you never have to deal with that again, by never being in debt again, right? That car payment that you have, let that be the last car payment you ever have. Pay off that bad boy. I just want everyone around me to get to the point where we don't have to think about taking out loans to get things because we don't need to. You know, I want you to be so financially sufficient that a credit score is irrelevant to you, because when you're ready to go, you have enough cash that no one's gonna look at you a different type of way. And it's not easy. I'm speaking it like it is easy, but it's not. It takes time. I've been trying to lower my bills for over the course of a year, and I'm still not done. It took me 3-4 months to put $1,000 together just to save. It takes time to change your financial situation, but if you don't get started, you'll never get there. And the quicker that you do get there is the more you'll benefit from being there. Time is money, and the more time you have to make more money is the more money you'll have, which will give you more time in the future to do whatever it is you really want to do. So thank you guys. I hope that me being open and vulnerable with you guys about my finances can help you to start thinking differently about how you view your world of finances. There's not going to be one solution for how to improve your finances, and I hope that I'm able to open that gate to let the flow of water of financial advice into your head to change your family tree. But before you guys go, I need you guys to do one thing, and you guys have to like the like button. You have to do it. Like, you have to like the like button. Like the like button. Smash it and like it. Smash it and then like it. Yeah, you can. If you don't smash the like button, this video is over, but I'm going to stare at you until you smash the like button. Peace.